How EMF awareness changed the way I build homes. 15 years ago, I moved into a house where unknowingly my choice of bed placement would profoundly impact my health. At the time, I had no understanding of the concept of electromagnetic fields, EMFs, let alone their potential effects. But what happened over the years in that home not only changed my awareness, but also the way I approach building homes for my clients today. The problem I didn't see coming. When we first moved into the house, we set up our bed with my head positioned directly under the main power board. We certainly didn't even give the location of the meter box relative to our bed any thought at all. Fast forward a few years and I started to notice changes. My sleep became restless and I began struggling with mental clarity. The biggest challenge was in client meetings. I'd be sitting there knowing the facts, figures, or technical details I needed to recall, but it felt like they were trapped in my brain, just out of reach. At the time, I chalked it up to stress. Running a growing building business, launching into passive house projects, managing staff, and balancing family life, it all seemed like a natural explanation. But then something unexpected happened. The turning point. We went on a holiday back to Western Australia, a trip that was booked months earlier, and one I didn't want to go on as we were in a particularly stressful time at work. I carried the stress with me, as you do, worrying about contracts, new staff, and everything else. But while I was there, something remarkable occurred. I slept, and not just any sleep, deep, restorative, uninterrupted sleep, like I hadn't experienced in years. The difference in sleep, given the high stress, made it all the more noticeable. It was confusing. How could I sleep so well when my stress levels were at an all-time high? Around that same time, I had a chance encounter with someone who mentioned EMFs. I hadn't connected the dots before, but suddenly it made sense. When we got home, the bed was quickly spun around, so the head was on the opposite side of the room from the meter box. Within about 6 to 8 weeks, I started noticing improvements. My memory came back and the fog lifted. The struggle to recall details was dissipating and my mental acuity was definitely coming back. This was not just coincidence. It was clear something had been affecting me and it wasn't just stress. So how does that relate to EMF awareness in my work? Well, that experience got me thinking about how EMFs might affect my clients and the homes I build. At Enduro Builders, we're all about creating energy efficient, high-performance homes. In the last 7 years, I've learned how health and comfort are just as important. In 2024, I had a client who was highly focused on reducing EMF exposure in their certified passive house project. They went as far as doubling their electrical budget to include shielding solutions like metal shielded wiring and a fully hardwired internet throughout the house. I fully supported their vision and was upfront about the costs involved. Working on that project opened my eyes to how much thought needs to go into EMF mitigation. It's not just about slapping shielding on a wall or on a cable. You have to be careful not to create unintended consequences like reflecting radiation back into the home. It's a science and it requires verification and testing to do it right. We also did something that is supported by none other than the godfather of earthships, Mike Reynolds, and often derided by sustainability experts. We used gas for cooking with an associated fresh air intake range hood. The clients decided to go with gas cooking instead of an induction cooktop because of some of the known safety risks with induction cooktops and the energy field that is generated around them when they're in use. There's evidence to support the fact that the energy field around an induction cooktop when it's in operation can cause miscarriage in pregnant women. For this reason, we opted to do a gas cooktop and deal with the issues of the carbon monoxide via an improved range hood system. Lessons learned. Looking back on my experience, I realized how important it is to educate clients about EMFs and other health-focused considerations in their homes. Not everyone will prioritize it, and that's okay. But for those who do, having the knowledge and tools to support them is essential. I also learned the value of balancing science with practicality. For example, in that EMF-focused project, we decided to shield just the master bedroom rather than the whole house, provided the client with the benefits they wanted while keeping the project within a reasonable budget. why this matters. Healthy homes aren't just about avoiding issues like EMFs. They're about creating spaces that enhance your well-being. For me, it took years to figure out what was happening in my own home. Now I'm in a position to help clients avoid these same struggles from the start. At Enduro Builders, we're committed to building homes that are comfortable, energy efficient, and tailored to each client's needs. For some, that might mean extra insulation or better ventilation. For others, it might mean considering EMFs and how to mitigate them. Whatever the priority, my goal is to ensure that every home we build supports the health and happiness of the people living in it. After all, if I hadn't gone through this journey myself, I wouldn't understand just how much these invisible forces can impact your life. Moving forward, today, I'm more mindful than ever about how the homes we build can affect the people who live in them. Whether it's discussing the latest in building biology with my team or working closely with clients who have specific concerns, I see every project as an opportunity to raise the standard. Healthy homes shouldn't be an afterthought. They should be the foundation of everything that we do. My own experience with EMFs reminded me of that, and it's a lesson I carry into every home we build.